Hello, hello, and thanks for tuning in to another awful movie review.
I have the feeling something's watching me.
I have, once again, a very sore throat.
Oh no! Anyway.
But you know, it was just a matter of time before I review another entry in the filmography of director Bert I. Gordon, the notorious B.I.G. of cheesy giant monster movies.
He's just trying to scare us. Don't pay any attention.
And a lesser known title of his is The Cyclops, which shares a lot of similarities with two other of Gordon's films, The Amazing Colossal Man, released just 3 months later, and its sequel, War of the Colossal Beast.
You know, the day I run out of that stuff is the day I go home.
Despite the mostly different casts, the slightly changing story, and the geographic setting, I could almost say they belong in the same universe, but we'll get back to that later on. This one is ultra cheesy, lumbering, dull, and strikingly stupid at times, which makes it a perfect candidate for this week's review. But before I explain to you guys why I'd rather pluck out my own eye than rewatching this movie, if you wouldn't mind liking, sharing this review, and subscribing to my channel, it would help me a lot. Don't hesitate to recommend me a bad 50s sci-fi flick, and if you value what I do and you want to help support me, please check out my Patreon in the description.
I lied to you. Lied? Yeah.
Gloria Talbot, who starred in Daughter of Dr. Jekyll the same year, plays Susan, a woman who's desperately looking for her fiancé Bruce. The man disappeared 3 years ago in a plane crash in some remote region of Mexico, but no body was ever found, so the guy's been presumed dead. But she decides to lead a renegade exploration against the orders of the local Mexican government to find him.
But that's ridiculous.
She's accompanied by an unlikely band of individuals, including Bruce's best friend, who seriously should have brushed up on his Spanish before traveling.
Look, come on. Sports afield. Guns, baseball.
Oh, ¿quiere comprar un juguete?
No. American magazine.
Oh, ¿quiere un magazine?
No. I want American magazine.
Lon Chaney Jr. is in this too, portraying a deviant and money-obsessed mining expert on the hunt for uranium.
Hey, will you knock off of that stuff? How are you gonna run the plane?
This is when the saying "be careful what you wish for" is quite appropriate, because the crew lands in a valley where the radiation levels are exceptionally high, causing all the animals in the area to become gigantic. Here we go, the classic fight between two big creatures in order to kill some time. I'm surprised this movie didn't also include that overused clip from 1 million BC of two dinosaurs wrestling.
No entiendo qué quiere, señor.
Film clip later reused in both Robot Monster and Teenage Caveman. The crew becomes more and more skeptical about Bruce's chances of survival after 3 years.
If you feel that way, why did you come along?
Because I love you. And because I'm tired of competing with a dead man.
What a shitty thing to say after all this, even if you do mean it. Well, as a matter of fact, they do find Bruce. Ha, sure showed you. Although, he's outgrown his clothes and has had a facelift.
There's something about that giant that makes me terribly sad. I feel sorry for him. I pity him, and I don't know why. It's as though I were involved personally.
Oh my goodness, she really doesn't get it, does she? In fact, it would seem like the Cyclops himself is more aware that Susan was previously part of his life than she is. I'm not gonna lie, it's very surprising how in 3 years, absolutely nobody has ever spotted that guy. It's pretty amazing. I guess he's been doing a lot of hiding in Bronson Canyon. Let's cut right to the chase. The Cyclops is everything Bert I. Gordon is known for. It's low budget, and it really shows. All the animals were live action, but some of them look really odd. They look overly bright, and it feels strange, like it's out of place.
What are you talking about?
Acting-wise, this is what you'd expect from a movie with a very small budget. Lon Chaney Jr. definitely gives the best act and the most colorful character of this flavorless film, which is all the more funny because the guy was supposedly acting like a drunken arsehole on set for most of the film.
Yeah, that ain't no reason for Russ to be pointing a rifle at me.
The movie is very badly written, and for a flick that is only 65 minutes long, it feels a lot longer because there's a lot of walking around and, boring dialogue. For the kind of interesting story it has, the Cyclops doesn't build much momentum.
Nothing I Guess it's just my imagination.
And speaking of the Cyclops himself, he doesn't even appear in his full form until the 40-minute mark. The actor who plays Bruce is the same who played Glenn Manning in the War of the Colossal Beast sequel. His look is a bit reminiscent of this equally trash motion picture. I will say here the grotesque makeup is kinda cool, and it's definitely the best thing about the film. In the 3 movies I mentioned earlier, all the giants are bald and wear almost no clothes. Now, I don't want to pick on the production crew because they only had a measly $71,000 to work with, which even for 1957 was really not a lot. By the way, they weren't even able to recuperate that at the box office.
You've got to face reality.
Besides being a massive piece of radioactive shit, the film was a total flop on the financial side of things.
I want to know how you take so many L's.
That's pretty depressing if you ask me, especially since moviegoing was much more frequent back then compared to today.
Big L.
But getting back to the cast here, the Cyclops sometimes looks out of place. The way he's shot, it looks like he's slapped on top of the screen and less like he's part of the actual movie. As a matter of fact, there's a short clip where the Cyclops actually takes away the movie screen itself. I mean, what the hell is that? That is the most hilarious blooper of this whole film. Anyway, bottom line, do you like the Cyclops? Grab this movie and throw it into the trash. There you go. What a gigantically awful movie.